We're here at Yellowbird Farms. We raise grass-finished beef and lamb, and we've been doing this here for 3 years and came into this operation with the idea of doing a management-intensive grazing and focusing on very productive forages and soil health to try to maximize our outputs. Farm was relatively blank slate when we purchased it 3 years ago, and first thing we did was go into our local NRCS office and give them an idea of what our long-term goals were and some ideas that we had for how to achieve those. We've worked closely with our district conservationist, Matt Fino, to develop our farm plan and get technical direction. And then we've participated in EQIP cost share program, and that has helped tremendously with our cross fencing and our watering systems. We would not be to the point we are without the assistance of EQIP. We're now enrolled, this is our first year in the Conservation Stewardship Program, and that gives some incentives to us to reduce some negative impacts on the environment and be rewarded for the positive impact we can make. About a mile of the Collins River comes through the farm, and this river is used for kayaking and fishing year-round. And when we bought the farm, this was the primary watering point for cattle. We've put up exclusion fence along about a mile of river through the property, through fish and wildlife, and exclude all of our stock from any natural water sources. We've put up cross fencing for permanent paddocks to have 11, 10 to 15 acre permanent paddocks and water access in each of those. We use a quick connect coupling where we can drop a portable trough anywhere along the fence row, and there's a coupling within 100 feet, so it makes it very useful for pasture divisions are infinite depending on how the grass is growing and how we want to utilize it to have best performance of the animals and best utilize the available feed. We split our animal units roughly 50-50 between sheep and cattle. For us, that's around 50 mama cows and 300 ewes. We retain a lot of lambs through to harvest, which on forages alone puts us close to their first birthday, so we overwinter the lambs. And we retain about half of our calves to finish at 24 months, so they will overwinter for a second winter. We are fall calving, spring lambing, and that's primarily to split the labor, and it allows better utilization of our forage year-round. Again, focusing on not bringing feeds in, we're able to split the nutritional demands of the sheep flock and the cow herd by breaking those two cycles up. We practice rotational grazing to the best extent we can. Deanna is the herd health person, and she can probably give a better insight as to how our animal performance has benefited from good management.
I just noticed that with proper rotation, the health is incredibly improved in the animals. We've got lower parasite issues, lower hoof issues. Everything's just much improved.
Here we've taken 3 paddocks, 45 acres, and 2 years ago we started an annual rotation into fescue sod essentially, and we don't spray any herbicides and we don't till, so it was a gamble, and we started out with the sorghum Sudan grass and grazed the fescue as short as we could and drilled it in May and had a very good stand come up, and we followed that with multi-species cool season mix that comprised of cereal rye, wheat, several types of legumes, vetch, clovers, peas, and some forbs, some radishes, turnips, chicory. And the following summer, following that mix, we did a drag harrow after close grazing and broadcast improved variety crabgrass seeds and annual lespedeza and then came back in this fall, grazed close, and did another cool season, multi-species. We still have a substantial amount of fescue, which is great for winter feed, but we see a lot of diversity throughout the year, particularly in the summer and early spring. The other species are able to express themselves. They're present now, and we hope that with good management they will persist. We're also experimenting across the street. We're going to establish a 20-acre field of eastern gamma grass, and hoping that native warm seasons can improve our summer slump and get us through dry summers. That ground over there stays wet through a lot of the winter, and eastern gamma grass can persist through wet seasons and is incredibly drought resistant also. All of our hay is brought in from off farm, and that's essentially our fertilizer program. We don't apply chemical fertilizer, but we unroll hay in areas of low fertility. This year we're feeding most of it. Most, if not all, of the hay will be fed where the eastern gamma grass is going to be planted next year. And the benefits of that are twofold. We'll get the nutrient distribution from the manure and the hay that's left on the ground, as well as the trampling and overgrazing to reduce the fescue stand ahead of the gamma grass going in.
It was important to us. We wanted to sell retail meats, lamb and beef, and we received certification through American Grass-Fed Association and Animal Welfare Approved. So it was nice for us to be able to offer meat that was ethically raised and all grass-fed. We've got some buying clubs that we sell through. We're going to be doing farmers markets. We've got a website, and a lot of it really we've been selling just through word of mouth. And so now we're ready to go into the farmers markets. We feel like we've kind of exceeded where we're at, and we're ready to branch into that.
Our website is www.yellowbirdfarms.com, and we give information on there about our grazing practices and the goals that we have with humane and ethical animal treatment and environmental stewardship. And of course, all this is secondary to being a financially viable operation, just like any other farm, or else we won't be around to do it next year and continue our goals. So there's a common misconception that these practices sacrifice financial opportunity, and I think that we're starting to see, and other producers managing like us are seeing, that really it's a financial opportunity, and there's more to be gained from a better management practice on the farm.